Hello everybody, Freddy's18 here. Sorry it's been 8 months since I posted about the mod. If you haven't been caught up on the Discord, I've still been doing everything, I just haven't been posting about it. So here's a little mini update about some of the stuff in the mod right now. Yeah, so first off, I want to go over the armor system and all the new menu stuff. So basically you turn your armor on or off. It's just cosmetic, there's nothing else to it. But as you can see, toggle through them. So you pick what armor you like the best. There's a lot of different options. I plan to keep adding to them, but yeah, it's just to make things, I guess, just look nicer. I mean, it's all cosmetic, like I said, but it kind of immerses it a little bit more if, everyone in a server is using a certain armor or whatever, so yeah. My favorite currently, I'm rocking the Fugaku one, especially because that's what we're going to be showing off today, one of the things. So yeah. Next we got this little DNA icon. As you can see, it says Clan Jutsu learned, Nature Releases learned, KK Genkai learned, Dojutsu learned, and special abilities. This is just a way to help you out, to know what you have, and also for like moderator reasons. it's easier to have someone to screenshot like this. But yeah, that's there. And then also this affiliation. So there's I think 9 affiliations, 10 affiliations. From Nun, Bandit, Rogue, all the way up to the Hidden Waterfall. Basically, if you're in affiliation, you can't kill anybody else inside of your affiliation unless you're in the Rogue, Bandit, or Nun categories. This should just make it nicer for people who kind of just want to have a little group, and for servers who want to have their own little villages. This way you're not hurting each other in like giant wars and stuff like that, so and that'll be helpful. Next, some stuff we have to go over: Kitsurugan, Fugaku, Tsuchigumo, and Yin Release. Now I'll give you a quick brief overview of what we're going to do with these things. So here is, also eye staging is now in the game. So basically you click it on to turn on your eyes once, and then shift click to upgrade. If I had a Renegon, I could shift click again, but here's the Fugaku eye. I gave it a gradient. I didn't deal with the other eyes, as you can see. Yeah, I think it looks nice. He got some pretty cool moves. I'll go over all that stuff. So over here, Kitsurugan, it got a buff to its bloodied genjutsu, and it got 2 new genjutsus. And then Mangekyo, of course, the Fugaku, has 2 moves. One is Nirvana genjutsu, and the other one is Amaterasu Le Susanoo, both very good. Tsuchigumo, I will not be showing off the second move because it takes a while to get, but I will be showing off the first one and explaining the second one. And then Yin is a new release that basically just comes from genjutsu. So you get this once you're at level 65 ninjutsu. So once you're at level 65 ninjutsu, you'll get it, and at level 75 ninjutsu, you're able to use it. You get a little message and everything. So let's get started. Kitsurugan, I think, let's just do the first moves. These have been in the mod, but just good to get a refresher on this. So let's turn on Kitsurugan. So bloody genjutsu, use that. Okay, I'm getting some lag. I will be right back. Alright guys, I am back. I am sorry about that. Sadly, there's running OBS and the mod development software and Minecraft and all my other stuff at the same time creates lag sometimes. So let's get right back to it. So, Bloody Genjutsu, we're going to use that on this guy. There we go. Okay, so a lot of lag, but as you can see, puts him in there. And I believe this one doesn't do any damage, but it's just high Genjutsu. I think I buffed how long that lasts for. Next we got the explosive genjutsu. This is gonna be our second one, but we can put it at any slot. It's just not put in second, so H. So now let's go over here and let's hit this guy. There we go, hit both of them. And after some time, explosion. Now this does do a decent amount of damage, and it has a relatively low cooldown. I tried to give the Kitsurugan something special, so I've made it very genjutsu oriented, so it's very different from the rest in that sense. All the moves are genjutsu based, so they do have the benefits of some stuff, but they also have the con of it's all very accuracy based. There's one move that's not genjutsu based though, and that is Blood Dragon, so let's use that real quick. Fly up here, use this. You'll shoot out a little Blood Dragon, and it'll do some explosion damage. If you hit someone directly with that, it'll do a decent amount. All these moves are low cooldown. I think I set them to medium, but I mean they're all very small cooldowns. It's pretty crazy. So now you have Mental Strain Genjutsu and Genjutsu Blood. So this first one, anyone hit with it, they'll put in a Genjutsu, and then after some time, they will hurt themselves, and it'll do, I believe, 10 damage. This one, or maybe more than that, maybe like 15. I forgot. I made it a bit on the higher end. This one has a longer cooldown, of course, but also it multi-hits a lot easier. So they all can multi-hit, but I think this one has a spread to it, so it's a lot easier to hit, whereas the other ones just go through. Yeah. And after this is done, we can get to our last move, which is going to be the Blood Mist. Yes, okay, so the Blood Mist is fun. I'm going to get one of these guys out here for this, and the music is getting kind of loud, I feel like. Alright, turn that down. So, let's do this. So, as you can see, we turn to blood for a second and jump through their body, and when we do that, we put an explosive genjutsu on them. So it has a long cooldown, but I think it's worth it. The jumping through people is pretty fun. Also, like, it's good in combat. I'd say right now Kitsuragan has the benefit of, if you were a sword user mainly or a weapons type, you would really enjoy it, since a lot of the moves are kind of, they would play into it. There's a lot of genjutsu, a lot of explosions. And this dash specifically, I feel like is just so good for, like, hit someone a few times and then dash through them, give them a second to explode, and then run up and hit them again. But seems like it's not necessary. 2 explosions are good. I will say the explosive genjutsus do a lot of damage, like an insane amount of damage. So that's why the long cooldowns, they are worth it, I promise. Next, we got the Mangekyo. I had to charge up some chakra real quick. So come over here. Do this, I need the Mangekyo. Alright, 1 second. This also, I'll use cheats, so it's a little bit buggy. I'll be right back. Alright, so I was being a bit silly, I'm not gonna lie. Didn't have my Mangekyo on, so I had my normal Sharingan on. So in case you're curious, the way the Sharingan system works is when you have the Mangekyo, you're able to toggle between the two. But it basically just set my MS type to not be my MS. Don't worry about it, it's fine. It'll work for you. I just forgot to turn on my Mangekyo. Anyways, let's get to it. It'll have Amaterasu, it'll have Amaterasu armor, and then Nirvana Genjutsu. I forgot to mention it as Amaterasu. The whole reason I add this is because I watched some video by, I think his name is NC Hammer, and he was talking about how it's usually generational, like the abilities, and so I was like, oh, that makes sense, because, you know, Sasuke, Itachi, Amaterasu, stuff like that, like, yeah, anyways, point is, I gave Amaterasu to the Tsukiyomi bloodline, or the, like, path, and I also gave it to this because I think it's just assumed that Amaterasu is just in that family lineage for some reason. But anyways, Amaterasu, I've used it a lot, but I will show it again. If it'll work. I think we're getting some lag. Once again, I apologize about the lag. All this stuff open is just kind of... There we go. Alright. So what makes this good isn't actually the initial hit. I mean, it does a decent amount of damage for sure. But what's great about it is if you hold shift near someone you lit on Amaterasu, you'll actually keep them in Amaterasu longer, as you can see though, at the cost of a lot of chakra. Meaning hitting someone with this once could, and it scales per person by the way, so if you hit a bunch of people, you'll lose chakra very, very fast. But the point is, if you hit someone with this once, you basically can guarantee their death. You just have to hold shift around them. Yeah. Additionally, people with Amaterasu on them, if they're near other people with Amaterasu, it'll catch them on fire. Yeah, so Amaterasu is just good, and I think if it hits a block, it'll do like an Amaterasu block. Ever get that in? I don't think so. That might have been an older version. But anyways, that's Amaterasu. You guys have seen it before. Still great. Also, visual sickness is in the game right now, so I imagine if I set my thing to Mangekyo, you'd be able to see that a bit more. But yeah, visual sickness. Anyways, Amaterasu armor. This one's pretty cool. We're gonna go in here for this and actually go into game mode survival. Well, let me check what the keybind is real quick so I don't forget. H, okay. Game mode survival. And now I'm gonna click H, and as you can see, he keeps trying to hit me, but every time he hits me, he does Amaterasu himself, and just being around me. Although it won't give Amaterasu, you can see this. You have like this black Susanoo around you. It's really good. The main reason it's really good is because while you're in it, you have 3 hits indefinitely. So as soon as you turn it on, you're gonna have 3 hits on it, and so it's only gonna break after someone's hit you more than 3 times. So this should be my 3rd right there. So we dodged it. Okay, so we already used all of it. So I think if we turn it back on like this, yeah, as you can see, and it'll negate the damage for those 3 hits too. So you won't take damage for the 3 hits while this is active. That's why it has a large cooldown. It's very OP. It basically gives you 3 counters to being hit, and it's just good. Now, there does seem to be a bug right now about it not turning off. I don't know what that's about, but yeah, I'll fix it after this video. But the main point here is really good, and you get this really cool Amaterasu, and it does have an effect on it. It's not just black. It's like texture. And yeah, I don't know, I think this is pretty cool. Additionally, while you're in this, you're immune to a lot of stuff, like Genjutsu, being on Amaterasu yourself, being pulled by Chibaku Tensei. It's just a good move. I would say it's OP, but I wouldn't consider this OP. I'd consider it just pretty fair. I mean, it has 3 lives, so when someone hits you 3 times, it's over. But also, they will be lit on Amaterasu every time, so you're basically just giving your opponent a counter. You know, do you want to hit this? You will get hurt if you do. Now onto the last move, which is going to be the Nirvana Genjutsu. Now this move is very cool. Sadly, we are in a bit of a predicament, because to show it off, I would need to be in survival. But for people who saw my health a second ago, not looking good there. So I'll just show it off in creative, and you guys can, I'll explain what it does. So the Nirvana Genjutsu, once used, while it's active, you'll see the particles, and you won't be able to hit them, and they won't be able to hit you. So this person, assuming I was in creative, actually I'll switch back to survival in a second once my cooldown's done. But as you can see, it stays for a while, and let me turn on my chakra control. But yeah, while it's active, oh, it looks so cool with the cage. But while it's active, yeah, I mean, they just can't hurt you, and you can't hurt them. The whole theory about Fugaku's MS was that it's like protection related. So Amaterasu Susanoo, of course, Amaterasu in general, just because it comes with the bloodline, and then also I think this Nirvana Genjutsu is nice because it kind of shows off the more peaceful aspect of Fugaku's character. He actually didn't want to do the whole uprising, he just felt like he had to. So there we go, hit him with that, and as you can see, he can't hurt me. But also, I can't hurt him. So any damage we do to each other just does nothing. I'd say it's a pretty good Genjutsu. Once again, it's a piece Genjutsu, so it's not going to be used for, like, as you can see, it wore off, and I'm able to be attacked again. I'm able to hit him again. But it's just a resolution, I guess, Genjutsu. I mean, if you're getting attacked by a higher level player, for example, yeah, it'd be nice to do that. Also, you might have seen it, but I lowered the, like, double jump amount. I feel like it was a bit overpowered before. Anyways, let's hit this guy with it again. I can keep showing off. Lag. Fun. Okay. But yeah, I think it's pretty balanced. I think it's pretty good. I am gonna have to move on to the next day. I'm kind of accidentally stalling on this one talking about Fugaku. But let's go back into creative. We are getting some lag right now, so this might take a second to hit. But let's just. Alright, I'm gonna relog. I think that's best. It looks like it's gonna take a second, so I will be right back with you guys, alright? Hi guys, I am back and the lag is over with. Now, let's use that again. And without because we should be having no lag now, we might even get some special effects with this one. Some particles maybe. I don't think so. Alright. Sometimes with the Genjutsu on the Sharingan and stuff, we can do that. One sec. Actually, let me show off this, because I did change it actually. So G, this is going to be our Shackling Stakes Genjutsu. So once our cooldown is up, I'll show you that. It should have some fun effects. Yeah. Also, by the way, the reason you can switch between these two, like between your Sharingan and your MS, is because the 3-tonal Sharingan has the lowest chakra drain of anything in the Sharingan link, but you're only able to use that stuff. Yeah, so I just got a message there because I accidentally awakened my one Gekyo. Anyways, let's click on this guy and let's see if we get the effects. Oh, no effects, sadly. But stronger genjutsu now, so that's nice. Yeah. Still not as strong as any of the MS genjutsu by a long shot, but it's not bad. It's good. And also it scales with your Sharingan level, so it can last for a pretty long time sometimes. Next we're going to go into Yin, or Tsuchigumo, then Yin. So enough with the dojutsu. Tsuchigumo. So let's increase our FOV a bit here. Tsuchigumo, what we're going to do with this one is you have two moves. This, I didn't know that would go off the screen. I didn't even think about that. I gotta fix that. But yeah, you got Forbidden Life Technique, Release Creation of Heaven and Earth, and you got Fury. So now this one, this is the main one. So you press G, and when this activates, your Fury Seal charging started. So now if you press it again, it'll turn off. Basically what this does is whenever you are charging chakra, you will also be charging you'll be charging chakra for the seal. So every time you charge chakra while this is active, you'll just be giving it chakra. I will say this means that like it's gonna take a while, but it also doesn't take any chakra from you, if that makes sense. Like using it won't take any of your chakra, it'll just, while you're charging, also give chakra to it. So yeah. And then once it's all done, you'll get a message. The exact amount you'll need is 30k chakra. At 1 per tick for this, it should be 20 per second. So it takes a while to get the 30k chakra you need for the Fury Seal. But once you do get it, it is very, very worth it. It'll shoot off 50 explosions with level 50, like 50 level 50 explosions. And that's just if you use it not in the clan. If you use it as a Tsuchigumo member, it shoots off 150 explosion level explosions. It's very overpowered. I'm not gonna lie, but it does take a while to charge up. And there's a one-time use, of course, before you have to charge it again. Plus, you will kill yourself. I don't think there's any way to get around that. It is insanely a lot of explosions, a lot of high-power explosions. It will kill you, but of course, I can't imagine anything can outlive that explosion, so you can pretty much one-shot everything with it. Yeah, I think bosses, players, everything. It just does take a really long time to charge up. Yeah, so wish I could sell more. Wish I could sell Fury, but like I said, getting 30k chakra for this does take a while, and it's a long process, but I think it's worth it in the end. Yeah. So now we got that done. We're gonna do Yin. Now, like I said before, Yin is a genjutsu release pretty much. All the moves are gonna be genjutsu related, and they're all in the hand seal system because I thought I should add more stuff there. So let's do a hand seal. As you can see, right click a creature to bind it. So if we hit this guy, right click him, he's now in a genjutsu. Can't really see because he's not moving around much, but he's in a genjutsu. It's called Bringer of Darkness. Yeah, pretty basic genjutsu. Let me get like something that flees. I think that would be better. So like a cow. So if we got a cow here, FCF, cast it on them. As you can see, it's in a genjutsu. Yeah, it's a pretty long genjutsu too. Yeah. Also, it's kind of easy to hit because you just have to right click. But yeah, so that's the way that works. Bringer of Darkness. Pretty nice. This next one is, I think, going to be a meta. Basically, once you activate it, you'll have a substitution. So if we go into game mode, survival, this guy's gonna hit me, and there we go. Activate it again. So basically, I didn't get it in time that time, but yeah, you're able to do that. It's pretty good. I like it. It's not too complicated on the hand seals, but it's also, while if you keep spamming it, you're not gonna be able to use anything else. So yes, you can have pseudo immortality, but you won't be able to do anything else. So I think it's fair. So that was Crimson Leaf Dream. Now this move is referenced from a jutsu that Kurenai uses. This guy could hit me. There we go. And you won't take any damage, by the way, from the hit that happens. You'll just teleport away within a certain range. Like, you can't go far, messing up these hand seals. There we go. But you can't go far, but I think it's like a 5 block radius that you can go in. And you won't go into the ground or anything. There's protection for that. Next we got Demonic Illusion. So this one's pretty good. This one's not as particularly special. Basically, everyone around you will get put in a genjutsu. Of course, it's still very hard to see with these guys, so we're gonna get cows out for this. So hand seals are still pretty basic. FCCF, and as you can see, they're all in a genjutsu. It doesn't last very long. It's honestly a pretty short genjutsu, but I imagine it could be good. Just run after someone, just FCCF, and then you start like comboing them and stuff. It's definitely, and honestly, between this and Ketsuragon, I'm really leaning towards a like sword type of build. I think would be best for this. Just because this one you're able to, I mean, if you like use like the blood dash and then like FCCF and then just double genjutsu them and keep creating them out, FCCF will do it. Like it's pretty good. It's pretty now it's not foolproof, obviously. They could still hit back and everything, but it's pretty good. Also, something else before we get to the last move, which will end the video. I did want to say I added something which I think is pretty fun. Shinro. Okay, there we go. So we're just gonna do like 20 seconds. That's all I'll need. So if you send a message while in genjutsu, so like it won't send. It'll say you scream the message, but for some reason no one hears you. So if I'm like, I'm in genjutsu, help me team, it won't go out. So basically, once you genjutsu someone, you also cut off their entire pipeline to the rest of their team. That's very good. Honestly speaking, it's really good. So it makes clans like honestly all the genjutsu clans. So like Yuna's in the clan, but the release is good now. Not now, but it's better, you know, because using any of these moves, you directly cut them off from the rest of their people, and I feel like that's pretty OP if I'm being real. So now this next one, I'm actually gonna mix with a Sharingan move because it is interesting. So what it does is it will you use it. Actually, Shift X. I won't look at that speed. So when you use it, it's a lot of hand seals, but it is worth it. So you will right click something, and then based on the genjutsu level that you put on them, so let's say you put a level 1 genjutsu on them. Yeah, okay, so I don't know why is this all there? G. I don't know, for some reason that's bugging. Maybe this will work. No. I don't know, it's tweaking out right now, but if we just get an MS, hopefully we can get, oh, there we go, so, are we gonna get skin grafting? Okay, so I'm trying to get a good genjutsu here so I could show you guys what this does. Tsukiyomi, there we go. Okay, Tsukiyomi's gonna be good, that's enough. So Tsukiyomi, that is a very high level jutsu actually, so mixing with the in release is really OP. So as you can see, we got the Itachi MS, and we are going to use FFCFCC. There we go. So then we gotta make sure Tsukiyomi is here. So on G, okay, so now right click and then G, and basically every second that they have this seal on them, which will last for a little bit, it's not permanent, but basically every second they will take damage based on the level of genjutsu you put on them. So the higher level genjutsu that you put on them, the more damage it's going to do. If you use infinite Tsukiyomi on them while they have this, they're going to be taking 10 damage every second. So for example, very, very good. It's not the best, but it's just it scales really well with other stuff. So like you can use it really well with the other moves, which I think is nice. So if we just put this here and FCF, put a genjutsu on there, now they're gonna be taking more damage. I feel like it's just a FCCF. There we go, another genjutsu. Yeah, it's just a nice little way of doing stuff. But that's gonna be everything. There's a lot more, of course, in the mod. Even in this new update, there's a lot more I haven't talked about, but don't want to bore you guys with all the other stuff. It's all really fun stuff, but it's not really stuff that's exciting to see. Not a lot of visual effects and things. So yeah, hope you guys had a good time, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.